In 2001, one of the best game franchises to ever exist began. Halo. Halo Combat Evolved, released on the 15th of November 2001 for the original Xbox. Halo Combat Evolved revolutionized the way that the first-person shooter worked on the console. They did this by implementing a dual-stick aiming system which is still used today for first-person shooters. This game was a massive selling point for the newly released Xbox games console. This game was later remastered in 2011 and then ported to PC in 2020. The footage for this video was taken on the PC port. So after so many years, how well does this game hold up today? The gameplay in Halo Combat Evolved is incredibly smooth and well flowing. Controlling the Master Chief feels perfect. There isn't a way this could be improved. As for the AI, fighting feels interesting and new every time you play, because the enemy doesn't just stand there and wait for you to shoot them, instead they actually try to kill you. As for friendly AI, well, they don't seem as smart, but they do have the purpose. They can hop on the back of a vehicle like a Warthog and operate the gun. So they actually have a reason to be in the world rather than just being essentially just a bit of a prop. The level design in Halo Combat Evolved is a bit of a mixed bag. The levels, like the Silent Cartographer, provide a big open space which have fun with vehicles like the Warthog, and also provide areas which are closer for more intense firefights, like when you go inside the Halo ring. These types of levels provide perfect environment in which to have all different types of experiences, which make the game very fun. However, there are levels such as Assault on the Control Room and the Library, which consists of very boring and repetitive corridors. These missions are quite well known for being like this, and is more of a telling sign that the game is quite old. However, despite these levels being quite boring in one regard, they do something which is very, very consistently good throughout all of Halo, which is very good environmental storytelling. Also, the music in this game is just timeless. It's absolutely amazing. It has a theme tune which anyone can recognize, and the music always fits the situation that you're going through, whether it be discovering something mysterious, whether it being a lot of action, whether it being something a bit creepy. And also, it knows when to turn the music off, so it's not constantly playing and just becomes background music. So next to talk about is the story. And as to not ruin the story for anyone who's not played the game yet, I'll only go over the basic plot. The story starts with the ship, the Pillar of Autumn, discovering the Halo ring. However, the Covenant, an alien cult, attacks the Pillar of Autumn. The Master Chief escapes, crash lands on the ring. Now, I won't tell you anything else about the story, but obviously it's a very good setup for a story. Of course, I don't want to talk about the story anymore because the story is so good I don't want to ruin it for anyone who may have still not had a go at it so far. Obviously, it was only on Xbox at the time. I think it went on PC at the time as well, but primarily it was on Xbox, and it's been re-released on PC, so there's a lot of opportunity for people to go back and play this game again. In terms of the multiplayer, I think in the modern day the multiplayer feels dated. It just hasn't aged well. However, due to this strong core gameplay, it's still somewhat fun. It's an enjoyable experience. It's not going to be something I could replay a lot, but it's something I can still enjoy. And to me, the game's multiplayer would be more fun to play with a few friends having drinks on split screen, a similar experience to what you would have with GoldenEye, except with much smoother gameplay. And of course, in terms of multiplayer, we talked about the co-op. The co-op campaign is very fun as well, and definitely recommend playing the Halo games in co-op. So in conclusion, this game is something that everyone should play really, just at some point, because it's so important in the development of the first-person shooter genre that I feel like everyone should play it. As well, the story is held up very well and has been developed on massively in the games after, which we'll talk about in the next video, as this is a video in a part of a series which will talk about quite a few Halo games. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next stream or when we talk about Halo 2. Please tell me if there's anything you want me to include in the next video that I haven't included in this video, any aspects of the game you may want me to talk about more. So thank you, and I'll see you then.